Hello there. I'm going to be talking a little bit about your learning theory essay, and in particular outlining for you how you want to kind of approach it. For some people coming into the class and program, they've been doing a lot of essays before, but if you've been out of the academic context for a little while, it might be a little unnerving to go, okay, wait a second, a paper, how did I do that again? So this is just going to be a really quick review for you that incorporates your assignment guidelines and rubrics. So please do use them. That's what we use to mark all of the assignments. And I'll incorporate that in some of what I discuss. So what first of all you want to do is you want to first of all choose a theory. So whichever one you've decided on, say you've decided on cognitive, or you've decided on behaviorism, or you've decided on humanism, whichever one. Once you have your topic, you do want to find the minimum of 3 references. So isolate some references that you find that you can draw helpful information, and that information should relate to one of the 5 areas that we've asked you to discuss in your paper. And then what you want to consider is you want to consider the length, and you want to plan. Create a bit of an outline for yourself to give yourself some structure. And an outline really kind of just gives you a skeleton about what you're going to talk about in what paragraph. First of all, remember we've got a maximum of 7 pages. In APA format, page 1 is always your title page, and the last page is always your references page. So really, page 1 and page 7 are both already spoken for. So really what you're doing is you're writing a 5-page paper. So you have 5 pages to convey these 5 points. What you want to do is you want to make sure you start off with an introductory paragraph. Always start with an introduction. Give us a reason why you're writing this paper, or draw our attention to that particular theory and how it relates to adult education. And tell us how you're going to approach discussing it in your paper. So give us an introduction. And then you want to dive into talking about maybe your second paragraph after your introduction is defining and describing your theory, giving us an idea of who the theorists are that are associated with it, identifying and highlighting some of the key concepts. And then you want to talk about, well, why did you decide on this theory? What was it about it that drew you to it? Maybe it's because it aligns with how you learn as a learner. Maybe it's because it's how you feel it works for your learners if you're already teaching. Or maybe you consider it appropriate because of the type of topic or subject that you teach, even if it's not your kind of natural draw. So then you want to talk about the role of the learner. What you want to do is you want to describe how does that particular theory view the role of the learner. And how is that defined and described? And then what you want to do is you want to talk about the role of the instructor. And you may want to give a couple examples. So how does this particular theory view the instructor's role? Either outside the classroom, but also inside the classroom. What does that mean in terms of how they interact with students? What does it mean in terms of their preparation or the kinds of activities that they actually choose and bring into the classroom setting? Even the kinds of things that they will choose to use as evaluation techniques might be shaped by the kind of theoretical orientation that they hold. And then what you want to do is give 3 classroom examples. Now this section could be 3 paragraphs in and of itself, so you want to provide yourself at least a page for that. And then at the end you want to be able to give just a 1-paragraph summary. It's a section that people often forget, but it's really vital. What a summary does is recaps everything that you've talked about in your essay. And it gives you actually as a writer the last opportunity to drive your point home as to why this theory is important in adult education and why it fits for you. So as you write your paper, remember you've got to have an introductory paragraph and a summary paragraph, or a conclusion as it's also called. In between, you want to discuss each of these 5 points. So you've got a total of 5 pages to work on this. Remember that paragraphs are typically anywhere from 3 to 6 sentences, usually 4 to 6 sentences in length. So take your time, create an outline for yourself, and then let yourself kind of write it. One of the things that's the hardest thing to do is to be able to edit. And oftentimes, I'll write something and literally put it to the side and need to take a break and come back to it a little later on. And in coming back to it with fresh eyes, be able to go through it again and go, oh, okay, I need to make this point more clear, or firm up that statement, or I really don't need that extra point that I made there, it's redundant. It's the editing process that really can help us create or submit the kind of paper that we're really wanting to have as the final product. And how many times do you edit? Well, everybody's going to do it differently. If you ask a lot of people in English or in different kind of writing labs, they'll encourage about 3 to 4 edits before you submit, just so that way you have the opportunity to go through it a couple times. I hope the information's been helpful. Once again, please do remember that you're going to be using AP format. That means the first page is the title page. The last page is your references. Minimum of 3 references, and make sure it's Times New Roman, size 12 font, and that it's double spaced. Good luck and enjoy your learning. I look forward to seeing your submission.